The Serengeti, an ancient land sculpted by time, where the first rays of dawn spill across a tapestry of gold and green. Here the horizon stretches unbroken, a boundless expanse of grassland punctuated by the silhouettes of acacia and baobab trees, each one a silent witness to the daily drama that unfolds. The Serengeti's beauty is deceptive. Its tranquil mornings and gentle breezes mask a world where every creature is locked in a perpetual contest for survival. Life here is defined by vigilance. Herds of wildebeest and zebra move in restless waves, their senses finely tuned to the subtlest hint of danger. For the grazers, every rustle in the grass could signal a predator's approach. Their survival depends on acute awareness, speed, and the safety of numbers. Predators, in turn, are masters of patience and precision. Lions crouch low, blending seamlessly with the tawny grass, while cheetahs use the cover of dawn to close in on their quarry. The Serengeti's true challenge lies in its unpredictability. Hyenas and wild dogs, both highly social and intelligent, traverse the plains in coordinated packs, adapting their tactics to the ever-changing landscape. Every day, the ancient rules of nature are played out. Find food, avoid becoming food, and secure the future of the next generation. The balance is delicate, and the stakes are absolute. The air shimmers with heat, carrying the mingled scents of parched earth, wild herbs, and the ever-present tension between life and death. Beneath the surface, termites engineer vast underground cities, recycling nutrients and aerating the soil. Above, elephants carve ancient migration routes, shaping the very structure of the ecosystem. Apex predators like lions and cheetahs exert a powerful influence, their presence shaping the behavior and distribution of every animal on the plains. Wild dogs and hyenas, though often overshadowed by the big cats, are among the most efficient hunters. Their teamwork and relentless pursuit make them formidable forces in the Serengeti's food web. These two predators are not just competitors, they are rivals, each pushing the other to evolve sharper strategies and bolder tactics. The spotted hyena, with its powerful jaws and complex social hierarchy, and the African wild dog, renowned for its stamina and cooperative hunting, are both products of this relentless environment. Both species are crepuscular, most active during the cool hours of dawn and dusk, when prey is abundant and the cover of twilight offers a tactical advantage. Their survival hinges on cooperation. Wild dogs communicate with high-pitched calls and body language, while hyenas use a complex system of vocalizations and social cues to coordinate their actions. The territories of these predators often overlap, leading to inevitable confrontations as they compete for the same resources: prey, water, and safe denning sites. When paths cross, the outcome is unpredictable. Sometimes it's a tense standoff, other times a chaotic chase, each encounter a test of strength, intelligence, and resolve. As the sun climbs higher, the plains come alive with movement. Herds gather at waterholes, predators lurk in the shadows, and the cycle of life continues, unbroken and unforgiving. Even in moments of stillness, the tension is palpable. Every animal is attuned to the subtlest changes in the wind, the faintest sound of movement in the grass. Waterholes become arenas of risk and reward, drawing both prey and predator. The presence of vultures signals recent violence, a reminder that danger is never far away. In these moments, the rivalry between hyenas and wild dogs reaches its peak, each side testing the other's resolve, each encounter shaping the future of their clans. This is the Serengeti, a living, breathing stage where every animal, from the smallest insect to the mightiest predator, plays a vital role in the grand, unending story of survival. To truly grasp the rivalry that unfolds on the Serengeti, we must first delve into the remarkable societies of both the hyena and the wild dog, two of Africa's most sophisticated and formidable carnivores. Spotted hyenas are far more than opportunistic scavengers. They are apex predators, renowned for their intelligence, adaptability, and raw power. Their jaws are among the strongest in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bone with ease, allowing them to access nutrients few others can. Hyenas organize themselves into clans, complex, tightly knit communities that can number up to 80 individuals. These clans are not just large, they are intricately structured, with every member playing a distinct role in the group's survival. At the heart of every clan is a powerful matriarchy. The alpha female, larger and more dominant than any male, rules with absolute authority. She leads hunts, determines the clan's movements, and always feeds first. Her daughters inherit her rank, ensuring a lineage of strong female leadership. The social hierarchy is rigid and hereditary, with each hyena's status determined at birth. Subordinate males and lower-ranking females show deference through body language and vocalizations, maintaining order and minimizing conflict within the group. Communication is the lifeblood of the clan. Hyenas possess one of the most diverse vocal repertoires among mammals, using whoops, giggles, groans, and the iconic laugh to convey information. These sounds coordinate hunts, signal distress, reinforce social bonds, and even intimidate rival predators. United by these vocal signals, a hyena clan becomes a formidable force. Together they can defend kills from lions, outmaneuver leopards, and overwhelm prey with sheer numbers and relentless teamwork. Their hunting strategy is both opportunistic and highly coordinated. While they can scavenge, hyenas are also skilled hunters, often working together to exhaust and bring down large herbivores such as wildebeest and zebra. Their endurance and cooperation allow them to pursue prey over long distances, wearing it down before moving in for the kill. Opposing them in the Serengeti's intricate web of life are the African wild dogs, or painted dogs instantly recognizable by their striking patchwork coats. These canids are among the most efficient hunters on the continent, with a hunting success rate that far surpasses that of lions or hyenas. Wild dogs live in smaller, exceptionally cohesive packs, usually numbering between 6 and 20 individuals. Each member is vital, and the pack's strength lies in its unity and mutual support. Leadership is shared by an alpha male and female, who are typically the sole breeders. Unlike the hyena's strict matriarchy, wild dog society is built on cooperation, with every adult contributing to the care and protection of the young. The pack's social bonds are reinforced through acts of care, regurgitating food for pups and injured adults, grooming, and constant physical closeness. This deep sense of community ensures that even the weakest members are supported. Play and affection are central to wild dog life, strengthening relationships and teaching young dogs the skills they'll need to survive. Communication among wild dogs is subtle but highly effective. They use a range of high-pitched chirps, yips, and soft howls, along with intricate body language, to coordinate their movements and maintain cohesion during hunts. This near-telepathic coordination allows wild dogs to execute complex hunting strategies. They fan out, anticipate each other's moves, and use their speed and stamina to run down prey, often targeting antelope and other fleet-footed animals. During a hunt, the pack moves as one, each member reading the cues of the others, adjusting their positions and closing in on their quarry with relentless precision. Their hunts are fast, efficient, and often end in success within minutes. In the Serengeti, the destinies of hyena clans and wild dog packs are intertwined. Both rely on social complexity, communication, and cooperation, but their approaches are distinct. Hyenas with their strength in numbers and rigid hierarchy, wild dogs with their seamless teamwork and empathy. Their interactions, whether in competition for food or territory, shape the balance of power on these ancient plains, making them two of the most fascinating and successful predators in Africa. In the heart of the Serengeti, two of Africa's most formidable predators face off, each armed with a unique set of evolutionary tools. The contrast between the spotted hyena and the African wild dog is a study in specialization. One is a powerhouse of raw strength, the other a master of coordination and strategy. The spotted hyena, crocuta, is a marvel of muscular engineering. Its robust frame and sloping back are built for both endurance and brute force, allowing it to traverse vast distances and overpower even the toughest prey. But the hyena's most fearsome asset is its bite. Scientific studies have measured the hyena's bite force at up to 100 pounds per square inch, one of the highest recorded among terrestrial mammals. This immense pressure is generated by massive jaw muscles and reinforced skull bones, evolved specifically to crush bone. In the wild, this means a hyena can shatter the femur of a giraffe or the thick bones of a buffalo, feats that few other predators can match. Researchers have observed hyenas consuming entire skeletons, leaving almost nothing behind. To put this in perspective, the hyena's bite is nearly twice as powerful as that of a lion. This allows them to access marrow and nutrients locked within bones, giving them a dietary advantage during lean times. Nothing is wasted. Hyenas are nature's ultimate recyclers, consuming skin, hooves, and even horns, parts that other carnivores must abandon. This ability to digest nearly every part of a carcass is due to highly acidic stomachs and specialized gut bacteria, which break down tough materials and extract every possible calorie. But the hyena's prowess doesn't end with its jaws. Its entire body is designed for relentless pursuit. Hyenas are among the animal kingdom's most persistent hunters, capable of running at a steady pace for up to 5 miles, sometimes more, without tiring. Unlike cheetahs or lions, which rely on short bursts of speed, hyenas are endurance athletes, using stamina to wear down their prey. In documented hunts, hyenas have been seen pursuing wildebeest or zebra for over 30 minutes, gradually closing the gap as their quarry weakens. This war of attrition is a test of endurance, where the hyena's tenacity often proves decisive. Their cardiovascular system is adapted for long-distance running, with large hearts and efficient lungs that keep them going when others would falter. The combination of iron will, powerful jaws, and relentless stamina makes the hyena one of Africa's most successful predators, not just a scavenger, but a true apex hunter. In fact, studies show that up to 70% of a hyena's diet comes from their own kills, not from scavenging. On the other side of this evolutionary arms race stands the African wild dog, Lycaon pictus. Sleek, long-legged, and built for speed, the wild dog is the embodiment of agility and teamwork. Unlike the hyena, the wild dog's jaws are not designed for crushing bone, but for rapid, efficient killing. Their teeth are sharp and shearing, perfect for slicing through flesh. Wild dogs are among the fastest long-distance runners in the animal kingdom, capable of reaching speeds up to 44 miles per hour and maintaining high velocity over several kilometers. Their lightweight bodies, deep chests, and oversized lungs allow for rapid oxygen exchange, fueling their relentless chases. In open terrain, wild dogs can outmaneuver and outpace most antelope, using sudden turns and bursts of speed to keep their prey off balance. But the wild dog's true weapon is not physical, it's social. They are the most cooperative hunters in Africa, operating in packs of up to 30 individuals. Communication is key. Wild dogs use a complex system of vocalizations, body language, and even synchronized movements to coordinate their attacks. Scientists have documented how they plan hunts, with some individuals acting as decoys while others flank or ambush the prey. This tactical genius pays off. Wild dogs have a hunting success rate of up to 80%, the highest of any large African carnivore. In one famous observation, a pack brought down a full-grown wildebeest in under 5 minutes through flawless teamwork. Before a hunt, wild dogs gather and perform a ritual of high-pitched twittering and tail wagging. A behavior scientists believe helps synchronize the pack's actions and boost morale. During the chase, they use high-frequency chirps to relay information, with some dogs driving the prey toward hidden pack members who block escape routes, creating a living net. Once the prey is caught, the entire pack feeds together, tearing off pieces in a matter of minutes. This rapid consumption is crucial as it minimizes the risk of losing their kill to larger predators. However, their smaller size and less powerful jaws mean they cannot defend their kills for long. Wild dogs are often forced to eat quickly, constantly on alert for threats. This vulnerability is exploited by hyenas, who use their superior strength and numbers to drive wild dogs away and claim the spoils, a behavior known as kleptoparasitism. In the Serengeti, this ongoing battle between bite force and teamwork shapes the lives and strategies of both species, a testament to the power of evolution and adaptation. Once a year, the Serengeti undergoes a dramatic transformation. This is the time of the Great Migration, one of the most spectacular natural events on the planet. Over 1 million wildebeest, accompanied by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, embark on a colossal circular journey across the plains in search of fresh grazing and water. This massive movement of animals turns the landscape into a moving river of life. The air fills with the sound of millions of hooves, the low grunts of the wildebeest, and clouds of dust that can be seen for miles. It's a time of plenty for the Serengeti. For the resident predators like hyenas and wild dogs, the migration is like an all-you-can-eat buffet that has come directly to their doorstep. The sheer number of animals means that food is suddenly abundant. This influx of protein is a critical lifeline, allowing predators to feed their young and strengthen their numbers. But the feast is not a free-for-all. Each species has its own intricate feeding rituals and hierarchies. The herds are filled with animals that are young, old, sick, or simply exhausted from the long journey, making them easier targets for a coordinated attack. When a hyena clan descends on a kill, a strict hierarchy determines who eats first. The dominant female, often the matriarch, claims the choicest organs, followed by her offspring and high-ranking females. Subordinate members and males must wait their turn, sometimes forced to snatch scraps from the edge of the feeding frenzy. Wild dogs, in contrast, display remarkable cooperation. After a successful hunt, the entire pack, adults and pups alike, gathers at the carcass. Pups are given priority, with adults regurgitating meat for the youngest members before feeding themselves. This social structure ensures the survival of the next generation. The arrival of the great herds doesn't just attract the local predators, it concentrates them, intensifying competition at every kill site. Every hunter on the plains is drawn to this moving feast, and this leads to a dramatic increase in competition. Hyenas, with their powerful jaws and numbers, often displace wild dogs from their kills, but not without resistance. The scent of a kill travels quickly on the wind, and it's not long before uninvited guests arrive, vultures, jackals, and rival predators hoping to steal the meal. This scavenger pressure forces both hyenas and wild dogs to eat rapidly, sometimes swallowing large chunks of meat in haste. The stakes are raised, and confrontations become more frequent and more violent. Hyenas use their numbers and brute force, while wild dogs rely on teamwork and agility to defend their hard-won meals. A successful hunt is only half the battle. Keeping the kill is the other, often more dangerous, half. Wild dogs may attempt to eat as much as possible before being overwhelmed, while hyenas coordinate to outflank and intimidate their rivals. This intense competition puts the hyenas and wild dogs on a direct collision course, with each encounter shaping the balance of power on the plains. Both groups are highly active, hunting the same types of prey that are now gathered in these huge numbers. Their predation helps regulate the herds, culling the weak and maintaining the health of the ecosystem. A wildebeest brought down by a pack of wild dogs is a prime target for a larger, more powerful clan of hyenas. The ensuing struggle is a test of strength, strategy, and endurance. The hyenas know that the dogs are slower eaters, and they will use their superior numbers and strength to intimidate the smaller pack and steal their prize. The feeding hierarchy within the hyena clan ensures that the most dominant individuals benefit first, while wild dogs, if forced to retreat, regroup, and search for their next opportunity. This is the central conflict of the plains, a high-stakes game where the winners eat and the losers go hungry. The Great Migration is not just a spectacle of movement, but a dynamic force that shapes predator behavior, feeding hierarchies, and the very fabric of the Serengeti ecosystem. As the sun begins to dip towards the horizon, casting long shadows across the savanna, the Lycaon wild dog pack is on the move. Led by their alpha male, a seasoned veteran with a distinctive black patch over one eye, the pack of 12 flows like a single organism across the plains. They are a picture of silent, focused energy. The pups have been left behind in the safety of their den, and the adults are now on a mission. Their target is a young wildebeest that has strayed a little too far from the main herd, near a dusty waterhole. Its hesitation has marked it as potential prey. The alpha signals the attack not with a loud cry, but with a subtle shift in his posture and a low chirp that ripples through the pack. The hunt begins. It's a breathtaking display of coordinated chaos. Two dogs shoot forward, their job not to catch the wildebeest, but to steer it away from the safety of the herd. As the panicked animal bolts, other dogs emerge from the flanks, cutting off its escape routes. They communicate constantly, their yips and chirps directing the flow of the chase. They're not just running, they are executing a complex strategy that they have perfected over countless hunts. The chase is intense but remarkably short. The wild dogs don't rely on wearing their prey down over miles. They use their explosive speed and tactical positioning to end it quickly. Within a minute, they have the young wildebeest surrounded and isolated. The pack closes in, and the kill is swift and efficient, a testament to their incredible teamwork. They immediately begin to feed, tearing at the carcass with frantic energy. They know their window of opportunity is small. They must eat as much as they can, as quickly as they can, before their success attracts unwanted attention. But it's already too late. The scent of fresh blood is a powerful magnet on the Serengeti. On a nearby rocky outcrop, a group of hyenas has been watching. For the Mazuka clan, the hunt is only beginning. The alpha female, a battle-scarred matriarch, embodies the hyena's legendary endurance. Unlike the explosive wild dogs, hyenas are built for stamina, muscular, tireless, and relentless. She lifts her nose, reading the wind, her nostrils flaring as she deciphers the complex tapestry of scents. Hyenas are master trackers, able to follow the faintest trace of blood or fear across miles of open plain. With a low, rumbling whoop, she signals her clan. This call is more than a rallying cry. It's a coded message, pinpointing the location of the kill and summoning reinforcements from far and wide. Across the grassland, scattered hyenas prick their ears and respond, converging with uncanny precision. Their stamina is unmatched. They can trot for hours, covering vast distances without pause, driven by hunger and the promise of a meal. The clan moves as a unit, each member alert and attuned to the matriarch's signals. Their survival depends on patience and persistence. Hyenas rarely win by speed, but by outlasting and outmaneuvering their rivals. They circle the scene, watching, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Their tactics are honed by generations of competition. They harass, intimidate, and wear down their opponents, using numbers and sheer willpower. As the wild dogs feed, the hyenas close in, their endurance and cunning about to be put to the ultimate test. The Serengeti is a stage for survival, and the hyena's enduring pursuit is about to collide with the wild dog's fleeting triumph. The ultimate showdown is about to begin. Earlier that same afternoon, as the sun scorched the Serengeti and the air shimmered with heat, the Mazuka hyena clan prowled the open plains, unaware that another formidable predator was about to make its move. From the shadow of a sparse acacia thicket, the Lycaon wild dog pack materialized, sleek, lean, and bristling with energy. Their eyes were sharp, their bodies taut with anticipation. The pack moved as one, assembling in a tight, purposeful formation. Each dog seemed to know its role instinctively, communicating with subtle glances, tail flicks, and barely audible whines. At the front, the alpha pair led with unwavering focus, scanning the horizon for opportunity. The rest of the pack mirrored their every move, their discipline and unity a testament to their social bonds. Suddenly, a small herd of impala grazed in the distance. The wild dogs froze, their bodies low and muscles coiled, every sense locked onto their quarry. In a silent, well-rehearsed maneuver, the pack fanned out in a crescent, flanking the herd from multiple angles. Each member took up a position, ready to cut off any escape. With a sudden burst of speed, the wild dogs surged forward. Their acceleration was explosive, limbs pumping, paws barely touching the earth as they closed the distance in seconds. The impala scattered in panic, but the wild dogs were relentless, weaving through the chaos with uncanny agility. Their coordination was flawless, each dog anticipating the movements of both prey and packmates. Two of the fastest dogs darted ahead, expertly isolating a young impala from the herd. The rest of the pack closed in, tightening the noose with practiced precision. The chase became a seamless relay, with pack members taking turns at the front to maintain their blistering pace. Their stamina was unmatched, tongues lolling as they pressed the impala to its limits. As the impala began to tire, the wild dogs closed in, nipping at its legs and flanks. Their teamwork was surgical, each attack calculated to weaken and slow their prey. The impala stumbled, its strength failing. In a final coordinated rush, the pack converged, bringing the animal down with swift, efficient bites. The wild dogs wasted no time. As the alpha pair fed first, the rest of the pack waited, their excitement palpable in their high-pitched twittering calls and wagging tails. They fed with astonishing speed, tearing off chunks of meat in a frenzy, always alert for threats. Their efficiency was remarkable. Within minutes, little remained of their hard-won prize. Even as they fed, the wild dogs remained vigilant, glancing up at the distant calls of hyenas. The tension between the two predators was palpable, each aware of the other's presence on the savanna. As the meal ended, the pack regrouped, licking their bloodied muzzles and scanning the horizon. Their unity and discipline had secured them another meal, but the day's battles were far from over. Now, with both wild dogs and hyenas operating in overlapping territories, the stage was set for a dramatic confrontation, one that would test the limits of speed, strategy, and survival in the heart of the Serengeti. The Lycaon wild dog pack tears into their wildebeest kill with calculated urgency, each member taking turns to feed, their mottled coats streaked with crimson. Every second counts. They know the Serengeti is a stage where opportunity is fleeting and danger is never far. The pack's eyes constantly scan the horizon, ears flicking at the faintest sound. They are acutely aware that their feast could be interrupted at any moment. Suddenly, the alpha male halts mid-bite, his head snapping up, nostrils flaring as he processes a subtle shift in the wind. His ears twitch, catching a distant haunting sound, a warning that ripples through the pack like an electric current. Instantly the dogs fall silent, their bodies tensed for what's to come. The low, whooping call of a hyena pierces the dawn, a signal as much tactical as territorial. It's a calculated announcement. The scavengers are near. The call is quickly answered by others, a chorus of whoops and cackles that serve as both rallying cry and psychological warfare, summoning reinforcements and sowing unease among the wild dogs. Cresting a nearby rise, the formidable Mazuka hyena clan emerges, over 20 strong, each member strategically spaced to maximize their intimidating presence. The hyenas pause, assessing the situation with sharp intelligence. They do not rush in blindly. Instead, they gauge the wild dogs' numbers, their positions, and the state of the carcass. A tense standoff ensues. The hyenas begin a psychological campaign, circling and vocalizing, testing the wild dog's resolve, and searching for any sign of weakness or hesitation. The clan's alpha female, a seasoned tactician, leads the maneuver. She circles the kill site, her movements deliberate, her eyes locked on the wild dog leaders. The hyenas move with a calculated swagger, their powerful shoulders rolling as they project dominance, each step a message of intent. They fan out, forming a tightening perimeter, a living net designed to corral the wild dogs and cut off any escape routes, a classic encirclement tactic. Their eerie, high-pitched giggles and whoops crescendo, a sonic assault meant to disorient and intimidate, exploiting the wild dog's sensitivity to sound. The sheer number of hyenas is overwhelming, a visual and auditory display of force designed to sap the wild dog's morale before a single blow is struck. The message is unmistakable. This kill is contested, and the wild dogs are outnumbered and outmuscled. The wild dogs respond with discipline, bunching together in a defensive formation, their bodies forming a living shield around the carcass. They snarl and snap, signaling their refusal to yield. Despite the odds, the wild dogs remain composed. Their strategy is not brute force, but unity and precision. The alpha pair stands at the forefront, their low growls a warning. They communicate with subtle glances and body language, orchestrating the pack's movements. The wild dogs know a direct clash would be disastrous. Instead, they assess the hyena's formation, searching for gaps or signs of overconfidence to exploit. The hyenas, with their massive frames and bone-crushing jaws, exude raw power. Their confidence is rooted in physical superiority and numbers. A single well-placed snap from a hyena's jaws could cripple a wild dog, a fact not lost on either side. The wild dog's strength lies in their coordination. They communicate silently, shifting positions with military precision, ready to exploit any lapse in the hyena's focus. Their agility is their greatest weapon. They weave and dart, feinting and probing, always moving as a single fluid entity, testing the hyena's patience and discipline. The standoff stretches, tension mounting with every passing second. Both sides are locked in a contest of nerves, each waiting for the other to make a critical mistake. At last, the alpha hyena makes her move, a calculated feint designed to test the wild dog's reaction and probe their defenses. She lunges forward, jaws snapping inches from a wild dog's muzzle, her attack measured, not reckless, gauging the pack's cohesion. The wild dogs respond instantly, snapping back in perfect unison, their counterattack swift and coordinated, a display of tactical discipline. The battle erupts. Dust swirls as bodies collide, each side adapting in real time. Hyenas leveraging brute force, wild dogs relying on speed and teamwork. It's a maelstrom of fur and fangs, a test of strategy and adaptability. The hyenas attempt to isolate individuals, while the wild dogs counter by regrouping and launching hit-and-run attacks. The hyenas press their advantage, surging forward as a wall of muscle, trying to fracture the wild dog's formation and seize the prize. The wild dogs adapt, darting into nip at exposed legs and flanks, then retreating before the hyenas can retaliate. Each move a calculated risk, each retreat a strategic regroup. In this ultimate contest of strength versus strategy, intelligence and adaptability are as vital as muscle and teeth. The Serengeti watches, silent and expectant, as the outcome hangs in the balance. In the heart of the Serengeti, chaos reigns. The wild dog alpha, battered but unbowed, surveys the tightening ring of hyenas. Every muscle in his body is taut with tension, every sense sharpened by desperation. He knows their defensive circle, though valiant, is a crumbling dam against the relentless tide of the hyena clan. The hyenas, emboldened by their numbers and raw power, press in with a force that threatens to break the wild dog's spirit. The air is thick with snarls and the scent of fear, but the wild dogs are not merely survivors, they are strategists. In a fleeting moment of calm amid the storm, the pack pauses, eyes darting, minds racing. The alpha senses the need for a bold, calculated risk. With a volley of sharp, urgent yips, the alpha relays his vision, a plan as daring as it is dangerous. Each member of the pack listens, their bodies tensed in anticipation. their trust in their leader absolute. The strategy is audacious: to fracture the hyena's unity by targeting their weakest link. It is a maneuver that demands flawless timing, unwavering discipline, and a profound understanding of their adversary's psychology. The wild dog's keen eyes have spotted a vulnerability, a young, inexperienced hyena, eager yet uncertain, lingering at the edge of the clan's formation. Suddenly the pack erupts into motion. The gambit begins. A lithe, swift female bursts from the circle, her movements a blur of agility and intent. She is the decoy, the bait in this high-stakes game of predator and prey. She darts toward the periphery, snapping at the young hyena's legs with calculated ferocity, her every move designed to provoke and entice. The young hyena, pride swelling in its chest, cannot resist the challenge. It lunges after her, breaking from the safety of the clan, driven by a reckless urge to prove itself. The chase is on. The wild dog leads her pursuer away, her path weaving through the tall grass, every stride a calculated lure. Unbeknownst to the hyena, the rest of the pack is already in motion, fanning out with silent precision to form a living snare. In a heartbeat, the trap snaps shut. The young hyena is encircled, its escape routes cut off by a wall of snapping jaws and flashing eyes. 3 wild dogs, hand-picked for their speed and ferocity, break from the defensive line, their movements synchronized and purposeful. They sweep in from the flanks, their approach a masterclass in teamwork, each dog anticipating the other's moves, each step a testament to their unity. The young hyena, once so bold, now finds itself utterly alone, surrounded, bewildered, and cut off from the protection of its kin. In an instant, the balance of power shifts. The wild dogs, so recently besieged, now hold the upper hand. The hunters have become the hunted. The hyena cowers, its bravado dissolving beneath the relentless advance of its adversaries. The wild dogs attack with surgical precision, darting in and out, their teeth flashing as they deliver a barrage of stinging bites to the hyena's flanks and hind legs. They do not seek to kill, but to wound, to terrify, to send a message that will echo through the ranks of their enemies. The young hyena's yelps pierce the air, a raw, desperate cry that betrays its fear and agony. Overwhelmed and outmatched, it recoils, panic overtaking pride as it scrambles to escape the relentless assault. Bloodied and humiliated, the young hyena flees, tail tucked, its spirit broken as it limps back toward the safety of the clan. The wild dogs regroup, their eyes gleaming with triumph. Their gamble has succeeded beyond expectation. Blood stains their muzzles and paws, a badge of dominance, a warning to all who would challenge them. The hyena clan, once so sure of victory, now hesitates. The ground between the two packs is marked by blood and uncertainty. The Mazuka clan's confidence falters, their unity shaken by the wild dog's audacious display of cunning and courage. The Serengeti has witnessed a masterstroke of risk, planning, and flawless execution. The anguished cry of the injured young hyena instantly shifts the balance of the confrontation, echoing across the savanna and signaling a critical turning point in this high-stakes encounter. The alpha female of the Mazuka clan, a seasoned matriarch, observes her wounded clan member retreating. She hesitates, her instincts torn between protecting her family and securing a vital resource. The wild dog's coordinated maneuver, swift, calculated, and executed with near-perfect precision, forces her to reconsider her next move. As a pragmatic leader, she must weigh the immediate reward of the wildebeest carcass against the long-term survival of her clan. Every decision in the Serengeti is a delicate balance between risk and reward. The wildebeest carcass represents a rare and valuable prize, a lifeline in a landscape where food is never guaranteed. Yet, the cost of further injury could threaten the entire clan's future. In the wild, a seriously injured hyena becomes a liability, unable to hunt, vulnerable to predators, and a drain on the group's resources. Survival here demands both strength and prudence. The wild dogs, once underestimated, have demonstrated formidable organization and courage. Their unity and discipline are as vital as their speed and stamina. Instead of launching another attack, the wild dogs reinforce their position with a powerful display of solidarity, making it clear they will defend their prize at any cost. Their snarls and bristling bodies communicate unwavering confidence, a warning to any rival that they are prepared to fight for survival. The message is unmistakable. Every scrap of food is hard-won, and any challenger will pay a steep price. The hyena matriarch surveys the tense scene, her gaze sweeping over the determined wild dogs and her own weary clan. She recognizes the fierce resolve in the wild dogs' eyes, a testament to their evolutionary adaptation for endurance, cooperation, and relentless pursuit. The pained whimpers of her young clan member remind her that survival is not just about dominance, but about safeguarding the next generation. With a calculated decision, she chooses to retreat, prioritizing the clan's long-term survival over a single meal. The cost of continuing the fight is simply too high, a lesson learned through generations of adaptation to the Serengeti's harsh realities. With a low, authoritative grunt, the matriarch signals the retreat, and the clan responds instinctively. One by one, the hyenas melt into the encroaching dusk, their silhouettes fading into the vastness of the plains. The wild dogs emerge victorious, their persistence and teamwork rewarded in the face of overwhelming odds. Despite being smaller and fewer in number, their intelligence, communication, and adaptability have triumphed over brute strength. Now, at last, they reclaim their hard-earned meal, able to feed in peace, a rare luxury in the competitive Serengeti ecosystem. The pack wastes no time, devouring their fill and gathering meat to carry back to their den, where hungry pups await. This behavior highlights their remarkable social structure and cooperative care for the young. For the younger wild dogs, this victory is a formative lesson, demonstrating the importance of unity, strategy, and resilience in the face of adversity. Every meal secured is a testament to their ability to adapt to the Serengeti's unforgiving environment, where only the most resourceful and cooperative survive. This dramatic confrontation encapsulates the essence of life on the Serengeti, a constant struggle shaped by competition, adaptation, and the ever-shifting balance of power. Here, survival is not determined solely by size or strength, but by the ability to learn, adapt, and work together. Social bonds, communication, and strategic thinking are as crucial as physical prowess, traits that have evolved over millennia to meet the challenges of this dynamic ecosystem. The hyenas, with their formidable numbers and raw power, remain a dominant force, their success rooted in cooperation and adaptability. Yet today, the wild dog's tactical brilliance and unwavering teamwork have proven that intelligence and collaboration can overcome even the most daunting challenges. On these endless African plains, the struggle for survival is relentless, and the ultimate lesson is clear. In the Serengeti, those who adapt, cooperate, and learn are the ones who endure. As the last embers of daylight vanish behind the acacia trees, the Serengeti transforms. A velvet darkness settles over the plains, cloaking the land in secrecy. For both hyenas and wild dogs, nightfall is not a time for rest, but a new arena for survival, where senses sharpen and strategies shift. The hyena clan, now hidden in the gloom, becomes emboldened by the cover of darkness. Their acute night vision and sensitive hearing give them a distinct advantage. In silence they disperse, fanning out across the open savanna and the tangled thickets. Each member knows its role. Scouts patrol the periphery, while the matriarch listens for distant distress calls or the telltale sounds of feeding. Under the shroud of night, hyenas rely on stealth and patience, often trailing other predators or searching for overlooked remains. Their keen noses guide them to hidden scraps, a bone here, a morsel there, every fragment vital to the clan's survival. When opportunity arises, they regroup with astonishing speed, their eerie whoops echoing beneath the stars as they close in on an unguarded carcass or a weakened prey. In contrast, the wild dogs employ a different nocturnal strategy. Their vision is less adapted for deep darkness, so they favor the crepuscular hours, dawn and dusk, when their agility and coordination are most effective. Yet, on nights illuminated by a bright moon, the pack seizes the chance to hunt. Moving as a cohesive unit, they communicate with soft chirps and body language, minimizing noise to avoid detection. Their tactics shift from high-speed chases to more calculated ambushes, using the terrain and shadows to their advantage. The wild dog's ability to adapt their hunting style, even at night, reveals their remarkable flexibility and intelligence. Throughout the night, both clans must remain vigilant. Lions and leopards prowl the darkness, and any lapse in awareness can turn hunters into hunted. The hyena's bone-chilling calls and the wild dog's quiet rustling are mere threads in the complex tapestry of nocturnal life. As dawn approaches, the nocturnal world recedes. The hyenas return to their dens, bellies fuller, their resilience once again tested by the night's trials. The wild dogs regroup, tending to their young and licking wounds, already strategizing for the next twilight. In the Serengeti, survival is a never-ending cycle, each day and night demanding new tactics, new alliances, and an unyielding will to endure. As the Serengeti's seasons shift, so too do the rhythms of life for hyenas and wild dogs. The arrival of the rains transforms the landscape from parched earth to a lush expanse of emerald grass. Waterholes refill and herds of wildebeest, zebra and gazelle surge across the plains in a great migration, bringing both opportunity and challenge. For the hyena clan, the wet season is a time of abundance, but also of fierce competition. With prey animals dispersed over vast distances, hyenas must travel farther, reading the landscape for subtle clues, freshly trampled grass, faint scents carried on the breeze, or distant alarm calls. The matriarch leads her clan across flooded rivers and through thick undergrowth, their stamina and adaptability put to the ultimate test. During these months, hyenas become consummate opportunists, scavenging from lion kills, hunting weakened calves, or foraging for small mammals and insects unearthed by the rain. As the dry season returns, the Serengeti shrinks under the relentless sun. Waterholes become oases of life and conflict. Prey animals gather in concentrated numbers, but resources dwindle. The hyena's strategy shifts once more. They patrol the shrinking water sources, waiting patiently for the right moment to strike. Their endurance in the searing heat and their ability to digest even the toughest remains give them an edge as the competition intensifies. Wild dogs also feel the pulse of the seasons. The abundance of prey during the rains allows packs to raise their pups with greater success. The alpha pair leads the hunt, their coordinated tactics yielding frequent kills. The lush cover of tall grass provides shelter for the den, and the pack's social bonds grow stronger as they feed and protect their young. But as the dry season sets in, the wild dog's agility and teamwork are pushed to the limit. Prey becomes wary and water scarce, forcing the pack to roam further and hunt at dawn or dusk to avoid the midday heat. Injuries and exhaustion mount, and only the most cohesive packs endure. Their ability to adapt, to switch hunting grounds, alter strategies, and care for the vulnerable becomes the key to survival. Through floods and drought, abundance and scarcity, the hyenas and wild dogs of the Serengeti are bound to the land's eternal cycles. Every season brings new trials demanding resilience, intelligence, and unbreakable unity. In the heart of Africa, survival is not just a contest of strength, but a testament to the power of adaptation. Across the vast Serengeti, where sight lines stretch for miles and danger lurks in every shadow, survival often depends on a language unseen, a silent code written in scent and sound. For both hyenas and wild dogs, communication is more than just vocalizations. It is an intricate system of signals carried on the breeze and etched into the earth. Hyenas rely on powerful scent glands located at the base of their tails to mark territory and relay messages to clan members. Each paste mark, left on grass stalks or prominent rocks, carries a unique chemical signature, identifying the individual, their rank, and even their reproductive status. These olfactory markers are invisible boundary lines, warning rival clans to keep their distance and guiding scattered members back to the safety of the group. Within the clan, low whoops and giggles echo through the night, each call conveying specific information, a rallying cry for a communal hunt, a warning of nearby lions, or a signal to regroup after a failed chase. Subtle body language, ear flicks, posture shifts, and tail positions further refines these messages, ensuring each hyena understands its role in the complex social hierarchy. Wild dogs, too, are masters of non-verbal communication. Before a hunt, a chorus of high-pitched twittering and tail wags ripples through the pack, building anticipation and synchronizing their actions. As they move through tall grass, scent marks left by urine on shrubs and termite mounds map out their range, broadcasting the pack's presence and recent movements. During hunts, a rapid-fire sequence of yips and squeaks allows wild dogs to coordinate their tactics with uncanny precision, adjusting their pursuit in real time. After a successful kill, a different set of vocalizations summons pups and sentinels to the feast, reinforcing bonds and ensuring the survival of the next generation. In the Serengeti, the air itself becomes a carrier of secrets, messages woven into the landscape by two of Africa's most resourceful predators. Through scent and sound, hyenas and wild dogs maintain order, defend their territories, and outmaneuver both rivals and prey. Their mastery of communication is not just a tool, but a lifeline and an invisible thread binding each member to the fate of the pack or clan. Beneath the golden grasses of the Serengeti, the next generation of survivors takes its first breaths. For both hyenas and wild dogs, the journey from helpless newborn to skilled predator is fraught with peril and shaped by the wisdom of their elders. In the shadowy confines of an underground den, spotted hyena cubs emerge blind and fragile. Their world begins in darkness, protected by thick earth walls and the vigilant watch of the matriarch. Within these safe havens, siblings jostle for position, each vying for the richest milk, an early test of strength that will echo through their lives. The clan's hierarchy is evident even here. The offspring of high-ranking females often gain an advantage, their status inherited like a birthright. Older cubs, already asserting dominance, practice mock battles, learning the rules of challenge and submission that will govern adult life. Safety, however, is never guaranteed. Dens are closely guarded, as lurking lions or rival hyenas can spell disaster for the young. When danger approaches, mothers and loyal aunts respond with fierce determination, forming living barricades to shield their vulnerable charges. Meanwhile, wild dog pups experience a different kind of upbringing. Born into a tightly knit pack, they are greeted by a chorus of gentle chirps and affectionate nuzzles. The entire pack assumes responsibility for their care, not just the alpha pair, but every adult and yearling. Older siblings bring food, regurgitating meat from distant kills, ensuring that even the weakest pups are nourished. Play is their primary teacher. Pouncing, chasing, and tumbling through the grass, they hone the reflexes and teamwork essential for future hunts. Yet, the world outside the den is unforgiving. As the pups grow, they face the daunting task of keeping pace with the nomadic pack. The first journey is a test of endurance, as tiny legs struggle to match the relentless rhythm of migration. The pack's unity is their shield. Should a pup fall behind, adults circle back, ushering it forward with gentle prods and encouraging yips. Survival for these young predators is a delicate balance of nurture and necessity. Each lesson, whether a hyena cub's first taste of bone or a wild dog pup's initial sprint after fleeing prey, cements the skills they will need to thrive. Only the most resilient will reach adulthood, shaped by the trials of the Serengeti and the unwavering bonds of clan and pack. Here, every sunrise brings new challenges, and every sunset marks another day survived. In the wild heart of Africa, the story of youth is one of hope, hardship, and the relentless will to endure. Across the boundless plains of the Serengeti, invisible borders carve the land into fiercely contested domains. For both hyenas and wild dogs, territory is more than mere space. It is the lifeblood of survival, the difference between feast and famine. Each patch of grassland, every shaded thicket, and the narrowest ribbon of water can spark silent wars beneath the African sun. Hyenas, with their formidable numbers and ancient matriarchies, assert dominance over vast territories, patrolling boundaries with tireless resolve. Scent marks, pungent signals left on grass stems and tree trunks, announce their presence to rivals. Night after night patrols fan out, their whoops and cackles echoing across the savanna, a living warning to any who dare trespass. The stakes are high. Within these boundaries lie communal dens, hunting grounds, and the precious bones that sustain the clan through lean times. Yet, the wild dogs are undeterred. Agile and opportunistic, they carve out smaller, shifting territories, always on the lookout for untapped resources. Their boundaries are fluid, shaped by the movements of prey herds and the ever-watchful eyes of hyena scouts. When hunting paths overlap, tension simmers. A fresh kill can draw both packs and clans into uneasy proximity. The air thick with anticipation and the threat of confrontation. Encounters are swift and strategic. Wild dogs, reliant on speed and coordination, may attempt to snatch a meal before the hyenas arrive in force. Hyenas, wielding superior strength and numbers, often bide their time, waiting for the perfect moment to overwhelm the dogs and claim the spoils. Sometimes the mere sound of an approaching clan is enough to send wild dogs scattering, their prize abandoned to the persistent scavengers. But the competition is not always direct. As drought tightens its grip and prey becomes scarce, both species adapt their tactics. Hyenas may expand their patrols, pushing into new territory in search of food, while wild dogs shift their range, following migratory herds and exploiting less contested areas. The delicate balance of power is in constant flux, shaped by the ebb and flow of seasons and the relentless drive to survive. In this ongoing struggle, neither side claims permanent victory. Instead, the Serengeti's vastness fosters a dynamic contest where every boundary is tested, every resource fiercely defended. Here, the true winners are those who can read the land, anticipate their rivals, and adapt to the ever-changing tapestry of life. The battle for territory is eternal, a living testament to the resilience and ingenuity of Africa's most formidable predators.